This area right here reminds me of something BMW generally does. Skoda has earned a reputation for being a cyclist-friendly car. Look at this. Wow! Storage solution up here, here. Hello everyone! Now, I'm going to tell you all something very important. Since the mid-2010s, the crossover SUV segment expanded. The crossover SUV segment was started by the Americans, but it was expanded in the 90s thanks to the Japanese car manufacturers. But we can also establish that the Germans, they caught up very, very quickly. Over here is a Skoda Kodiaq. Now, the Skoda Kodiaq is not new. Released in the mid-2010s, guys, but there's something very special. This particular Skoda Kodiaq is a facelift version. So, new style, guys, a new chapter for Skoda. But this car was already a new chapter for Skoda anyways, because this was the first ever desirable SUV built by Skoda. Well, by the Volkswagen Group, but at a budget price. Because the Volkswagen Group had nice SUVs, but at a really, really high price. This bad boy came at a really appropriate price. But like every other Volkswagen Group car, Skoda has started suffering from not being great value for money. But did they continue upholding their reputation for practicality? We're gonna find out in a moment, everyone. This Skoda Kodiaq costs 52,000 euros. Is it good value for money or not? Well, as I've just mentioned earlier, guys, and I'm going to mention it again, the Volkswagen Group have a reputation for not being great value for money, but each and every car manufacturer in the automotive industry has their own objectives. They have their own specialty. The Volkswagen Group have one of the best driving pleasures in the automotive industry and one of the best qualities and best safety ratings. So it ticks most of the boxes, but value for money. Well, let's get on with this review and we'll find out more, guys. Over here is a 1.5 petrol engine, guys, with 110 kilowatts. How amazing is that? Now, as for acceleration, you all be the judge. You all be the judge as for performance and fuel economy, but this totally means your taxation and insurance is not going to be expensive. But there's something just questionable I'd like to point out, and that is, up to this day, despite competitors offering hybrid petrol engines for their cars, so hybrid with our plug-ins and hybrids that are, not plug-ins, that recharge automatically with the thermal heat from the brakes. Volkswagen Group have yet to develop this technology for their Skoda Kodiaq or their Tiguan or any model that's in this segment. Why Volkswagen hasn't done so yet? It's a bit of a mystery to me because Volkswagen took really strong initiatives towards electric cars. Congratulations, this is a very good step ahead. But hybrid technologies, it surprises me a little bit how Volkswagen has been the last one to catch up on this, despite the consistent good ratings for safety, quality. The exterior design of the Skoda Kodiaq, everyone. Now, I want you all to pay attention to the front right here. Do you notice the front has a rather vertical design? It looks more vertical than before. The pre-facelift version had a more round-edged front, so it looked pretty much like every other Skoda I saw before. But this particular one has a really vertical front. I don't know if it's just me, but something about this area right here reminds me of something BMW generally does. Now, I find it strange why it reminds me of a BMW, because they have no connection whatsoever. One time I was running outside and I saw a Skoda Kodiaq, and for a second I actually thought it was a BMW. And it's because I saw it from this angle. Here, look at this, guys. From this angle, like ignoring the badge, if you look at the light and the grille like that, first thing that will come in your mind is BMW, because also BMW likes to do proud grills like these. Now, I'm not trying to say that there is a inspiration drawn or anything. No, not at all. I would never say this. Skoda is Skoda, BMW is BMW. But it's just something I thought I'd remark, guys. I mean, the headlight right here, the headlight right above, it looks very similar to what they did with the Kodiaq and the Kodiaq, and as well as the Fabia. The Fabia was the first Skoda model to have this sort of grille, by the way. I first of all like the grille. The grille looks very nice. I like it. Looks good. I like the chrome finishing on top of it. And then I like those air vents right here. These are real air vents. That's very nice. Like from this angle, it looks very much identical to Audi, especially with the rear light like that. But then it also looks identical to Seat. As for Volkswagen, I guess the window looks alike. Now over here is the rear design of the Skoda Kodiaq, everyone. I like how the Skoda Kodiaq has this sort of rear light design. In fact, this design is interesting because I was told from somewhere that it was inspired by the Tour de France Cup. Now, I do not know the veracity of this information, but it's very likely that this had been the case because Skoda has earned a reputation for being a cyclist-friendly car. Like they always, I know cyclists are obsessed with the Skoda Kodiaqs. In fact, many cycle groups, they use Skoda cars. To be honest, I haven't seen many Skoda Kodiaqs being used. I saw mostly Superbs and Octavias. I really like these wheels. I love the design of this wheel, and I also really like this hard plastic that surrounds it. The hard plastic is a common practice amongst crossover SUVs. You get rear parking cameras, guys, and then you also get rear parking sensors. So that's a plus, but you do not get 360-degree parking cameras. This is for the winter, everyone. So on a snowy day, when there's ice on the windows, you know, just the thing to do. This facelift version looks more desirable than ever. Although in terms of identity, I did mistake it for a BMW when I first saw it on the road, but then I eventually figured it's a Skoda that has no relation with BMW whatsoever. But what I can definitely confirm is that in terms of equipment, yes, unfortunately this Skoda Kodiaq suffers the same problem as every other Volkswagen Group car. No 360-degree parking camera whatsoever. And 52,000 euros you're to pay for this. Another questionable aspect I'd like to point out, guys, is that despite the good presentation of the front, I just wonder why does Volkswagen and Skoda insist on always having these shapes with hard plastic that have no purpose. Now, I'm going to point out something that I noticed with this Skoda Kodiaq. And this is a similar questionable aspect I've noticed with the Skoda Scala. The thing is that there doesn't seem to be much of an alignment happening right here, guys, with the bonnet and the bodywork right here. It seems like the bonnet is more outwards compared to the bodywork. See? This is the bonnet, this is the bodywork, and this is the door. There doesn't seem to be much of an alignment. Again, I don't know if this was done deliberately or... And to check out the interior of this Skoda Kodiaq. You get this umbrella hiding right there in the door, guys. Now, this is really good. I really like this feature. Interior of the Skoda Kodiaq looks very, very nice, guys. Look at this. So, now, there's nothing really new about it. So, this is the facelift version. That's all I can say, but it's the exact same thing we saw since 2016. I think the thing that really stood out the most was this area. It's like the fact that there was just storage solutions everywhere, and this still holds for this facelifted bad boy. So, you know, look at this. Wow. Storage solution up here, here. This area kind of reminds me of something I've seen on vans, like especially the Mercedes Sprinter, because I know the Sprinter had something, a format like this. And so did the Range Rover. So it's quite interesting, guys. And then this is over here, your infotainment system. Your climate controls are all here. Everything is neat and tidy, logically laid out. Very good Skoda and Volkswagen. Basically Volkswagen Group. And then over here, oh, okay, you don't get a digital instruments cluster, ironically. We'll come to that later, guys. Okay, that's a bit interesting. Otherwise, the steering wheel is quite nice. You get a 2-spoke steering wheel, which is heated. Okay, the heated steering wheel is quite good. I'm impressed. And then 2-spoke, so that's good. Storage solution over here, guys. Another advantage I've noticed, guys, is that Skoda likes to put this. I know this is a parking ticket holder, or you can also put your parking disc right there. That's really, really practical, guys. I really like this feature. And this has been with Skoda for quite a while. Oh yes, everyone, nice Skoda gear stick, and I really like the controls right here. This over here would be your driving mode, so that's a plus. Very nice. And then over here, you get extra storage. Yep, with a 12-volt socket right there. Now here's what Skoda is known for, practicality, guys. Right here is a list of practicality solutions. Cup holders are so easy to live with. And this is supposed to be your key holder. This is supposed to be... well, I don't really know what it's meant to hold. This would be your card holder, and this is your extra storage space. And what's even more interesting is that this is removable, guys. Check this out. Ta-da! look at this. You can put it upside down to have this storage space, but I will put it back in there because it looks nicer. Gently. There you go, guys. Yes, more storage space up here, guys. Nice big storage for your sunglasses. And then lighting controls up here. Very good. And this would be your door bin, guys. The door bin is... Okay. It's deep, but it's not very accessible from here, guys. But otherwise, here you can fit a big water bottle. And here there's enough space anyways. And then right there you have the button to open the boot door. Very nice. Window controls, mirror controls, quite good. And by the way, speaking of the trim, so you get this piano black trim right here. This is a bit of trim. The quality of the trim is of selective taste. I mean, you all be the judge. Me personally, I would have been more interested if it was a bit on the premium side. At least that's what I think would be nice. Otherwise, I like how you get this handle right here. This was the concept about the Kodiaq that everyone liked. The fact that you get a handle right here. I feel like Porsche was the first one to have this concept. They had it with the Cayenne, but it's good that now throughout the Volkswagen group they get interesting things. You get electric seating adjustments and you get seating memory, everyone. How amazing is that? Interior of this Skoda Kodiaq, guys, I was very impressed with the practicality solutions and how spacious it is. Everything is very, very nice. But then I also noticed some questionable aspects, and I'm going to point them out right now to you all. First thing I would like to say is that, yes, this area is the best part of the interior of the Skoda Kodiaq, and the steering wheel as well. The feel of the steering wheel is a bit solid, though. I mean, I would have expected it to feel more squidgy, but then, hey, you all be the judge. But this area appears to have been neglected completely, guys. I mean, well, not completely, but... First of all, this handle right here is hard plastic, and it's not squidgy plastic at all, guys. It's hard plastic, and then the window buttons and the mirror controls they appear to have been just neglected. It's almost as if it came from a base version, guys. No aluminum trim, no chrome trim or chrome touches. It's all just hard plastic right here. I have no idea what's going on sometimes with this, and then the leather over here is very hard. It's like you cannot really... It's not really squidgy plastic or leather. Special aspect I'd like to remark is that for a price of 52,000 euros, nothing is happening up here. You don't get any sunroof or any panoramic roof. Yeah, I'm going to try my best at understanding something. Time to explore the rear seats of the Skoda Kodiaq, everyone. First of all, I have to praise the ease of entrance, and I really like how there's no sharp edges, everyone. Look at this. So usually Volkswagen Group cars tend to have all sharp edge doors and everything. But with this Kodiaq, everything is... it's good. So here is the rear seat, everyone, of the Skoda Kodiaq. I have a lot of legroom, a lot of knee room. And I have just about enough headroom, guys. Well, actually, quite a lot of headroom. There you go, everyone. A nice armrest right here. Very cozy. You get heated rear seats, everyone. And you get nice amount of practicality solutions down there. So USB points, 12-volt socket. That's very good. And you get a 230-volt socket right there as well. Wow! Feels just at home. For the rear seats, the beacon of hope, as I call it. And then you get a handle right here. And you get a coat hook up there. And since this is a Skoda likes to brag about practicality, you get a second coat hook right there. This door bin is quite nice. I'm sure it can fit a big water bottle as well. It's quite spacious. It's actually more spacious than what I've seen. Better than average, so that's very good. The door handle, plastic. That's questionable. Yeah, this whole area is just plastic, guys. 52,000 euros and it's plastic right here. Now over to the boot space of the Skoda Kodiaq, everyone. Now, I forgot to mention earlier, this is a 7-seater, so that's a plus, guys. So for the 7-seater, what do you get in the third row? Little storage space right there, and a little cup holder and a little storage space, but no air vent for the rear seats whatsoever, the third row. And just beacon of hope lighting above. Yeah, it's always the third row seats that suffer the most. I'm talking about every crossover SUV, by the way, not just Volkswagen Group crossovers. I'm saying this because there's some competitors that actually offer climate control for the third row. So a 12-volt socket right here, and you get this latch right here to pull down the rear seats. So the second row seats, by the way, that's very nice. And you get this little button right here to get out the hook. the trailer hitch hook. The storage space at the back is very good, especially for a crossover SUV of this segment. It's one of the best storage space at the back because it's got the big volume, and then also the practicality solutions are good. You get quite a good amount of practicality solutions. So there I have no questionable aspects. Electric rear door buttons, guys. So here's my conclusion of the Skoda Kodiaq, everyone. I believe this Skoda Kodiaq is one of the best crossover SUVs in today's generation in the crossover SUV segment. And also it has a unique trait because, for example, the Toyota RAV4 has the reliability and the hybrid technology. This Skoda Kodiaq right here has the quality and the practicality solutions. Everything felt solid, no nonsense, guys. I was very impressed. But there's a very big question to ask ourselves. For a price of 52,000 euros, is this Skoda Kodiaq good value for money or not? Alright, I'm going to tell you all something. I think this Skoda Kodiaq is good value for money. It's not the best, it's not okay, it's just good. And here's the reason why I'm going to say it's good. First of all, I forgot to introduce something to you all. That is, the Skoda Kodiaq is one of the most popular crossover SUVs in the Belgian market. The Skoda Kodiaq is one of the most popular crossover SUVs in the EU market. And especially here in Belgium. Here in Belgium, these cars sold like hotcakes since the day they came out. But there's something people don't really tell you. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Majority of the buyers buy it as company vehicles. Nobody buys it as a private car. Well, whether this is questionable or not, you all be the judge. But this says a lot about the pricing, don't you think? Because I've noticed this with many Volkswagen Group products, with many Volkswagen Group cars. They all tend to be, like majority of them I see on the road, and whenever I speak to their owners, about 70% of them tell me it's a company car or it's company owned. So, yeah, it's like gone are the days when you could own things privately. Now it's all company owned. Maybe this is a smart decision because that way you buy it at a cheaper rate. That's good. But what about those who actually just want it as a private vehicle? The reason why I say it's good value for money is because the driving pleasure, the 5-star safety rating, and then also the quality of the interior. Everything was good and it looks desirable as well. I love the design of this facelift version Skoda Kodiaq. It looks good and very promising. But there were some crucial equipments missing for 52,000 euros. Like, for example, the 360-degree parking cameras, and there was no sunroof or panoramic roof. And that too, a big amount of hard plastic for that price. For 52,000 euros, you'd expect leather or at least Alcantara or something, but hard plastic, guys. But what's certainly undeniable and what makes this car good value for money is the upheld reputation for practicality. So you want my opinion of this Skoda Kodiaq? Oh, I love it! I love this Skoda Kodiaq, guys. This Skoda Kodiaq is one of the most promising crossover SUVs in today's generation and in the EU market. This is a new chapter because this is a facelift version. So this means for every page there's going to be new stories to tell. And then as we reach a new chapter, there might be something even more interesting on the run. And it all starts with the Skoda Kodiaq. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. And don't forget to check the links in the description for my car reviews, my travel videos, and my creativity videos, which are related to cars.